homosexual.
Hey.
Homosexual.
Gay. All right.
We're recording.
I think we are.
Welcome to the Brown Bricks Nogcast. The most amount of
there's some
gifts you can get in a podcast.
Email us at brownbricksnogcast@gmail.com.
Did you? No, it's not Nogcast.
It's not Nogcast.
It's podcast.
It's podcast.
We made a novelty email just for the Christmas episode.
Yeah. Did you guys have a good Christmas? We don't know if we did yet because this is before for us.
It's true, but we wanted to get you guys this little present on Christmas.
Oh, it's going to come out on Christmas?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
It feels right.
How's your Christmas going?
Guys?
Mine's awesome.
Mine's awesome. I have the greatest gift of all time.
What's that?
A podcast.
Wow.
Truly the greatest gift.
Oh, my mom got me a Hot Wheels loop-de-loop racing set, and it's totally way more badass than your present.
Well, my mom got me a Hot Wheels double loop-de-loop racing set.
You got a podcast.
Yeah, but I also got that.
Oh,
my mom got me one of those commemorative gold coins that has Donald Trump on it.
What about?
But it's also an NFT.
Yeah, well, my
That's
dad bought me a prostitute when I was 13 years old.
You're only allowed to get one gift.
I forgot about that.
I didn't want to remember. I didn't want to remember that one. I wouldn't it be funny if you did that and then it was like, "Aren't you gonna try your gift, son?"
You gonna?
It's just sitting there with cold, dead eyes, looking at you.
Your dad takes her into the den.
Yeah,
sits under the
For
Christmas
himself.
tree, the whole family dinner.
Yeah. Shrink wrap with wrapping paper.
And then she gets up to use the restroom, and he's like, "Not until you're told."
Not until he opens you, bitch.
Not until he opens you up with his giant dick, and he's like looking at you, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna love your."
And
gifts."
he looks at you and goes, "And my son better have a giant dick."
He doesn't know.
Or else,
Yeah, this is all just
he's
a
not
coax.
my son.
This is all just a coax out.
What's your
to see.
refund policy if my son has a tiny cock?
What if he like some dad is just like super nice to him, and then he like finally looks at his son's dick and he realizes it's tiny, and he turns to his wife and he's like, "I knew it. I knew you were cheating on me."
Like, yeah.
Yeah, but he's black though,
Oh.
and
Yeah,
it's a white
really
family.
good.
It's a
The
black
only
family.
way-
And
the
it's
only
a
way-
white. Yeah, it's a white kid.
Yeah, the only way you could figure out that it was a
Not his kid.
yeah,
It's
not his
the
kid was because of the dick.
got a tiny penis
Yeah.
instead of a big black man's penis.
Because he would be like, "Is that just like full body vitiligo?"
Yeah, no, we got it.
Okay, glad we're all on the same page. Just wanted to make sure. Let's see.
Oh my god!
What'd you get for
God!
Christmas,
Do you guys
Liam?
hear Santa's bells? Get in Santa's bells.
Wait, yeah, I hear that. I also hear
Liam,
like
you're Santa.
reindeer.
Liam, you're Santa.
Hello, everybody.
Oh my god!
It's Vikram.
Everyone
it's
had
Santa.
Vikram
everyone had
Santa.
Santa all wrong.
He's instead.
How do you think I could afford to make so many toys?
What?
Cheap
Why?
labor.
Okay.
Is that- There's no labor cheap in the so Santa, what's your favorite food?
Scary food is.
Santa's-
All right, no more Vikram.
no, that's not Vikram. That's Santa.
That's Santa.
No,
He just sounds like Vikram.
yeah. What if that was your
also
part-time
very
job? Is
scared.
to be Santa?
Well, you can have that as a part-time job.
Yeah, people
Jack.
do that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I didn't really think that through. I was thinking about the real Santa.
Well, then that would be
Well, because the
fine.
elves,
You're just
the
thinking of
elves
the
make
movie
everything.
The Santa Claus.
Yeah, with Tim Allen.
Yeah.
That'd be.
Well, what was the clause that he had to
He had to
become
be Santa 'cause
because
he
he
killed him.
signed a contract?
Is that the whole thing?
Doesn't he?
Santa?
Doesn't he kill Santa?
Yeah. He actually knocked Santa off the roof.
Yeah, and the contract is he just puts on the
Santa
coat.
dies.
Yeah, he kills him.
How
and
is
then
that
he's
the
like-
first? How
What?
have other Santas died? Is that how this clause
Yeah,
came?
I
to
think
be?
I think so.
it
You
is.
just
Does
have
the
to become
Santa,
Santa.
he kill? Is that like the original Santa?
That
How
would
many
be
Santas
fucked
have there
up.
been?
That if there's just the one, and he's like, "This has never happened in the history of."
Well, that
like this is fucked up.
they were thinking a lot of contingencies. The people up at the North Pole when they came up with the Santa Claus.
I think that like
Everyone thinks Santa's in control of that operation, but like, what's the real power?
the lawyers are the real power.
Yeah,
I wonder, what does Santa
Yeah.
think about Jews?
Well, they don't get presents. That's for
He
sure.
doesn't think. He has to think about all the kids who are getting gifts and whether they're naughty or nice. He's not going to think about people who don't celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
It's not on his radar.
I wonder if he does like think about it a little. Like
No.
if he has like a thought about it, like
No.
if someone
No.
says like,
No.
"What do you think of that Jewish kid?" What is his first? What does he say?
Santa doesn't even see them.
Santa doesn't see-
They're
He sees
invisible.
them as naughty or nice if you force the question onto him, right? But like he's like, yeah, but I'm not too concerned with it because I'm not going to bring him a gift.
Yeah, he's like, they're naughty, of course. And
He's-
he's like, why did you
well,
say that about
maybe some of them are nice, Jack.
No, he's like, I just haven't seen a nice one. That you
Well,
brought
he'd
to
say
me.
if they were to celebrate Christmas, they'd be nice. But
yeah,
since
but instead
they don't,
they're really fucking naughty.
Very naughty to not celebrate.
We watched
Christmas.
Polar Express last night,
We
Yeah.
did.
and
How's
it's
that?
clear that the main kid is Jewish. Tom Hanks at one point is like, "It doesn't matter. Some people don't believe in Christmas," and he just stares at
He
the
looks
kid,
at
like,
him.
angry. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
It's a terrible
flicks his
movie.
nose.
At the end, he's like, "You want any gift?" And he picks. He's like, "You can have anything you want." And he picks a bell.
picks
Oh, I remember
Santa's
that.
sleigh bell, and then he loses it
Yeah,
like a dumb
But
butt.
then Santa gives it back.
That's he's like,
yeah. I said, ho ho ho.
"I want a prostitute, Santa.
Santa. I don't know if you could do
and
this.
I want pussy."
What are you like future sighted? Can you like tell me the stock market what that's gonna
Yeah.
be?
Also, in that movie, we were talking about this. The Polar Express is going around on magical tracks that show up out of nowhere at like midnight,
Yeah,
and it's like people are out
yeah.
past midnight.
That is the thing.
Far away.
Cars are out, and like you'd at least see some snowplows. Some snowplow drivers would be like, "Holy shit!"
Get out of here. We
Magical train.
Yeah.
Well,
That-
I think it only pulls people from like Canada and like Norway and shit.
and they're
where they
never
were?
out. No, but like
Sleepy
feel
little
like
That
Alan
town.
where
seems
they were.
American to me.
Well, yeah, the voice actors, obviously, but how else are they so close to the North Pole?
imagine.
It's a magic. Okay,
And
we
there's
already
only like
know.
10 kids.
We
There's only, like,
already
10
know
kids.
time distortion is involved
Yeah.
because, as the glasses kid points out, has been 5 till midnight for an hour.
Yeah.
Which also, if you know time distortion is involved, Tom Hanks, chill out about getting there on time.
He's like, we can't
Chill
be
out.
late. It's like we can't be late.
You
I
can
think
be-
it's
you
physically
literally
impossible
cannot be
for us
late.
to be late. I think, well, because also I'd wonder if there's like a guy who's like drunk and getting back to his family, and he's like, I'm still good to drive, and he's driving, and he just sees a fucking train come in front of
Ghost
him.
train.
He gets
He's like-
T-boned by the train.
they have to get out and like write a police report, and the police are like, so this is like a magical ghost train.
Tom Hanks is freaking out.
Here's
Just
another-
we're gonna be late,
fuck.
kids.
We're gonna be late for Christmas,
Get
you
it-
fucking cops!
Kids, get out.
Fucking A-cab, kids!
Put his body in the car.
Here's
put a liquor
another
bottle in
fun
his
fact
hands. He
about
was
that
drunk.
movie.
He hit a tree. Oh fuck! He hit a tree. That's all it was, kids. He hit a tree.
He hit a
Get in.
tree.
Get back in the train.
Back
They
in the
just
train,
see
Billy.
His car is like torn asunder because they just T-boned
Guys
him.
that come out and dance with the hot chocolate or cleaning blood off the train, singing.
Yeah, they're just one of them's like, I can't fucking do this next year. I'm quitting this year. He's like, I'm sorry, you can't. You wish to be one of the hot chocolate guys.
Yeah.
That's who the hot chocolate guys are. It's like, I wish I could be one of them. It's like, oh, you idiot.
I have another fucking complaint with that movie. When they get to the North Pole and there's like a big crowd and they're all waiting for Santa, there's like 12 kids and hundreds of elves.
Yeah.
Thousands.
And the elves all start getting on each other's shoulders to like cheer and look at Santa,
They
and they're all in
can't see.
front of the kids. It's like
Why
this
did you bring them?
This happens for you every year.
yeah, and these kids
These
get this
kids-
Yeah, but
one
it's the
job.
only thing they get all year.
That's true.
That's literally all. They work their asses off.
Yeah, that's
probably
that's
make
the
them-
equivalent of like the office pizza party where they
90-hour
just
work
get to
week.
go.
Like let the kids be in the front.
yeah,
Let
no.
the kids be in the front.
The kids are there for the elves.
yeah,
The elves are not there for the kids.
yeah.
That's my
Liam's
understanding.
headcanon is
when
that
you said when he said that they get to fuck the elves get to fuck the kids.
Maybe.
So
Maybe.
they bring in like they're just a train of children
they
prostitutes.
don't know what they're there for yet.
Yeah, they're just
Polar Express would be like a great way to traffic children.
Yeah, a magical
yeah,
train.
and it'd be from like all over the world, so it couldn't be like this operation can't be this large, and they've got like time dilation.
Yeah.
When they go across the frozen lake and they end up on Epstein's island.
Yeah, they just go. The train stops, and there's just a temple there, and Santa's sitting there completely naked. And he's like, "Did you bring me some fresh children?" And he's like, "Yes, sir."
Yeah, Santa is an FBI asset. They caught him fucking decades ago. And now,
Tom Hanks is Epstein.
Sentenced to delivering presents all over the world.
That would be a good reason that Tom Hanks is so like uptight about that, is because he's playing the Epstein, and he's like, if I fuck up this, I will die. I will die. They will have my fucking head.
Do you think you could behead yourself with the Polar Express?
Oh yeah.
you mean by like lying in front of it? and
Yeah,
laying
like
over
it
your-
pulls out front of a kid's house, and he's just panicking, and he goes and puts his neck in front of the rails. Would they stop the train? You know, they're on a tight schedule.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. Is that a guy is just like, he sees that, and he's like, Christmas, just the saddest time of the year, and he just lies down on the tracks, and then they're just like, we can't stop for
I
anybody,
guess we gotta go.
and
Yeah, who the
It's also like horribly run, the Polar Express. Right?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
who the
Like-
fuck are the engineers? Those are just random guys that work.
Who the fuck
for
are
Santa.
anyone
Yeah,
who
who's the
works
hot
on the
chocolate
Polar
people?
Express?
Yeah, that's true. The hot chocolate people are all clones of each other, though.
That's true.
yeah,
They all have the same exact model. And
No.
it's really creepy.
My
Ghost
my
Man.
headcanon is that one of the kids asked to be one of the hot chocolate guys. They're like, they're so cool, and then Tom Hanks like,
Yeah.
well, you could wish to be one of them, and then they
Yeah, everyone,
They
fucking
sentenced him to
losers who
life.
got their first gift of Christmas from Santa, they're the one who won, and they're like, I want to be on the Polar Express forever.
and he's
Like,
like,
all right.
careful what you wish for, idiot.
Yeah.
And then they're just
What you
child
don't
slave.
see is all the kids who made the wish last year to be on the Polar Express forever and are shoveling coal at the back of the train.
They're like coughing. They all have like, the hot chocolate people. You can just see them like coughing because they all have black lung because they've been shoveling coal forever. They're just like, it's Christmas. Yeah, and those guys, like, what do they do for the rest of the year?
What do you think the Polar Express was?
They practice because
Yeah.
you've seen how fucking coordinated
Oh,
they
that's
are at
true, yeah.
dishing out hot chocolate. That isn't
You
just
gotta
you don't
keep that
can't
up.
just do that.
Time-
off the bat.
We
That-
know time is relative, so it's possible that one, they drop off a load of kids, and then they're immediately the
That's
next.
backlash.
Oh, that would be
That's
hell.
the backlash from slowing time so much during Christmas is that then the rest of the year it goes by in an instant. It's
Yeah.
just Christmas
And
again.
then
They
they're
just blink,
delivering
and then
more.
Tom Hanks
Ooh.
is like, fuck.
Jesus.
Like, what fucking year is it?
Yeah, Tom Hanks, one of those years, is just sitting on the train. He's like, we don't have to go that fast.
What is it, 1920 now? It's like, no. Now we're in the
man.
21st century.
No,
It's
no.
like, oh, I don't know, I fucking die.
Do you know what an iPhone
Time
is?
is relative. You only aged a month.
Just the never-ending hell.
So that brings my question. What was the Polar Express before the invention of trains? Like big
sleigh,
Big
Just
horse
a big,
sleigh,
A big horse.
big train sleigh.
What about
A-
before the invention
a
of
wagon.
Big wagon caravan.
a wagon train.
Yeah.
wagon train?
It's just fucking
It's
cold.
really slow.
Yeah, they're just like sitting in the back, and it's really cold and shit, and they're just like like kids like freeze to death on the way.
It's been 5 months since Christmas for the last 18 years.
They have to have a caravan.
so long.
Because the train at least presumably goes pretty quick, but then like the caravan is just like going like 5 miles an hour, and it just stretches on forever.
They have to make a bunch of river crossings and shit.
That was Baba Yaga. That was like, they're gonna steal your children, and then it's, if you're a bad kid, they're gonna put you on the Polar Express.
Shit.
I want to see a Japanese Polar Express where it's a bullet train and no hijinks happen because they're all
They're
very,
very
well
on
behaved.
time. Yeah.
And there's not even like
They're in the
hot-
quiet car, so they're not saying anything.
That would be really fun. They're just like, one of the kids turns around. He's like, it's been 12:05, and he's like, shh, no, don't talk.
They arrive, and it's like, who does Santa choose? He just picks the first one. He's like, what do you want? He's like, a teddy bear. He gives it to him.
Yeah.
And they get back on the train and go back.
Yeah, it takes them like 30 minutes. It's like, was
It's
it?
a
Is that
much
real?
better movie, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
There's no like, oh, we have to go over the ice. It's
Like,
literally
The
just,
lake's frozen over,
Yeah,
and the
there's
train comes
that
to a halt.
one
And they're
kid
like,
in
let's
the movie.
reroute.
That one kid they pull the emergency brake for so he can get on. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, he doesn't do
That
that
kid
at
just
all. That
look
kid
at him and they
gets
go,
left
"Well,
behind.
should have been on time.
Should have got
He's
on
on
the
the
train.
train."
should have had that one figured out.
Yeah, dumbass.
They don't even get to go around and explore. You remember that one train that like, there was like this thing in where like a Japanese train arrived to the station 2 minutes early and departed 1 minute early, and like they all got on TV and like
They
apologized.
sued, yeah.
They bowed. They did their Japanese apology because they were like, oh,
I was telling Phineas about one where the guy, it was not his fault that he was late. And they give you like fines that are just symbolic, like a 60-cent fine.
Yeah.
And he sued over it and ended up winning like 30 grand.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he's like, it was not my fucking
Not my
fault.
fuck- I mean, yeah, that's
don't-
his reputation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is something that would be on your record, where it'd be like, "Oh, you got one of those fines.
You were
'cause
late once.
and then everyone can throw stuff at you. That's the Japanese.
All the Japanese people shun you.
The really raucous cars are because those guys were late once, so they just get to like throw shit at the conductor while he's on there. And then the conductor has to take it. He's a fuck pig.
That's not true.
They tie up the conductor and
That's
say, "You
not
can
how
fuck
they
him."
do
and
it.
put
They put an apple in
it's a
his
60
mouth.
cent fine, but they put an apple in his mouth and tie him up.
And they carve a swastika into his head like Inglourious Bastards for his punishment. And everyone will forever know.
Well, and they're just like, "What is that? Like a Buddhism thing?" Okay, that's
You're
not too bad.
Japanese,
Yeah, they're just like, "That's actually kind of
Yeah,
cool."
they would just think he was like some sort of weeb cosplay or something.
They're like, "Is that Ichigo's?"
although I guess
bankai?"
I guess you can't be a weeb if you're a native Japanese guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you just like anime.
You're just
a
an
lot.
otaku.
Mhm.
Yeah, just imagine if those like trains in the hentai manga where there's just a bunch of like guys who like sexually assault all those girls.
Oh,
That's
sure. Yeah, man.
they have to do that. There's like one car filled with sexual assaulters, and they throw the guy in there.
Yeah, I've read that one.
They throw the guy who was late in there, but it's a hot girl because women can't do it.
You're just describing porn now.
Well, yeah,
That's often where Jack goes.
that is where I
often
tend to
Jack
want
goes.
it.
What'd be awesome if instead of the newspaper it was porn.
Instead
They
of
just
just
they put sexy
titties.
ladies on there.
would it be awesome if
Go-
instead of delivering you the newspaper, they delivered you a woman?
Yeah.
Here comes the porn boy. He's going to throw the porn to the house.
What if it,
I'm looking at the funny porn in the back. Hey, can you get the
Yeah,
funny?
they still have like newspaper delivery boys, but they're just grabbing women by the ankles and fucking launching them at doorsteps.
They're really strong boys
Yeah.
on Harley Davidsons.
And there's just a sled of women in the back that he's
That they
dragging
and
along.
they throw him and fucking launch him at the door. Oh, here comes the prostitute boy.
here comes your girl.
He
Wait.
keeps hitting the window with her. He's so funny.
They lay the prostitute down, and then
We
the
trained
dog
our
pees
dog
on
to
it.
drag him to the doorstep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes if the neighbors don't get up early, we'll go over and run and steal it because we don't have a subscription.
Yeah. Or they fuck it real quick and then they put it back.
Yeah.
And then they're like, did you fuck our did you read our
They
prostitute?
keep you up to date on the sexual trends.
Yeah.
So like, she go grab them real quick and bring the prostitute over, and you're like, yeah, fucking, she thumbed my asshole today. I guess that's in right now. You're like, oh, bring her back.
I would like
They
it if
won't
they
know.
still had like news associated with it. And she's like, you thumbed my asshole today. And then also she
about-
told me that Ukraine
Yeah,
is
exactly.
going to war.
The neighbor's like, my prostitute's fingers smell kind of like shit today. Did you perhaps use her before me? No,
You can't.
no, prove it.
No,
No.
it's your shit. Let me see. Can I shove my fingers up your asshole then
And see if
smell
they
them?
smell the same.
see if they smell the same?
See if it's the same type of shit smell.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's some chili right there.
Gross.
Then you fuck your neighbor.
What other Christmas movies or shit?
Yeah, what other Christmas movie?
We watched
Let's see.
the Snowman.
Snowman, yeah.
Wait, what's
Oh,
the
yeah.
Snowman about?
1982 or
British
84.
animation.
Oh, yeah. Have you guys?
And it's really creepy.
It is unsettling.
Like, so
It's like a little bit charming, but also
Yeah.
like has like an eerie soundtrack.
the boy makes the snowman, and he
Yeah.
wakes up, and the snowman like comes into the house with him, and is like pushing boundaries the whole time. Like the boy's facial expression, the music are like, "I'm really not cool with this." He's like, "Let's go in your parents' room." And he dresses up like the parents and like does all this different shit. He's like, "Let's take your dad's motorcycle." The boys, like, I don't know. And they drive it around. They get off the motorcycle, and his like inner thighs are glowing because the motorcycle is hot. He's like, "Ooh." And the boy's like, "Let me help you with your crotch area." Takes him into a garage and puts him in a cooler. It's really weird. He's all pleasured in there.
it's pleasure.
Yeah, and then they're at like a snowman party.
Yeah. Well, he grabs the boy's hand like to fly away, and the music's like,
It's
all
like
scary.
spooky.
The kid looks terrified. He's being dragged into the sky.
That would be terrifying.
And
Wait,
he
so,
gets to a snowman party and they're just like passing him around.
Yeah.
Like the boys just going from snowman to snowman getting passed around.
wait, like
We watched it like pretty quickly. We figured out the real meaning of the movie is it's a metaphor for the creator's sexual assault experience as a boy.
And then the end of the movie, he looks out the window in the mornings. He's like, the snowman's melted, and he runs out front and he's mourning over it as it fades out.
Oh shit!
So his predator killed himself out of shame.
Yeah, because he knew that he shouldn't be doing that.
Liam and I both acknowledged that when the snowmen were dancing, that there was a clearly intentional sexual energy.
There was a
to them.
sexual energy.
There was a lot of hip movement, a lot of ass shaking.
I like the idea that all of that was like, because you know how old animation techniques meant that like if you had a character moving their body was a lot easier because you had like a divide between that and their head. So it'd be just like they did that only because it's not because of that. It's because they really wanted to add some sexual energy to Yogi Bear. They're like, how do we animate his body in such a sexual manner?
We want to be able to sell him in the porn newspaper as well.
They want to put him in the porn funnies.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Also, the way he builds a snowman is bullshit. He doesn't like roll up 3 balls of snow and stack them and do stick arms. He like crafts a whole body out of snow.
That's not bullshit. That's like
What,
impressive,
like a
right?
human body?
It's like, yeah, it's like humanistic.
What the fuck?
There was
I think
something.
it pissed me off.
I just saw the tallest
Fine.
snowman ever made in England was by these kids in the 60s. It was
Yeah.
like 17 feet tall.
Damn.
And it was shaped just like that snowman. Like it had the arms.
Maybe
arced out.
Wait,
that's
so
a
maybe
British
that's what
thing.
the
It's a
England-
British thing. It must be.
Fucking idiots.
Yeah, why would they waste time like that? Just roll up.
You
a
can
couple balls.
expedite the snowman process.
They don't like sticks.
Oh, the snowman's
they
not
don't
a
have
man
any
without
sticks there.
hard arms and feet.
They
Yeah,
used
it
up
doesn't
all
have
the
no
sticks.
fate.
Your snowman looks like it's a dumb snow bloke.
His snowman looks like his balls.
Yeah,
We're about to go make a snow bloke, Mum.
Mom,
Make
Snow bloke.
make me some tea.
and then the kid gets
me
raped
some
by the snowman.
Stay warm.
And then the kid gets sexually assaulted by the snowman, and then he's like, "I want to play with the American snowman. He can't hurt me."
He doesn't have big arms.
There's a big strong
He's
arm.
only got little twigs I could break.
He can't run very
You can
fast.
fight from those, Mama.
Mama,
I'll make a snow bloke that looks like my stepdad, so I can beat it up.
Me and my mates went to the pitch and made a snowman, but he was big and strong, and we
He
couldn't
was too
fight
strong.
him.
We couldn't beat his ass.
Please, Mom,
please,
Beat his
Mom.
ass.
can we go to America?
Can we go why do you want to go to America? Because the snowman fucked me, Mom.
The snowmen there, they don't have the crotch area to.
Why did we get? That would be funny if like the snowman comes to life and the first thing he does is just give himself a giant dick. He adds that on to himself, but he can't do that if he doesn't have
That should be a horror movie. A sentient snowman who can craft new body parts for himself
Isn't that
out
what?
of snow.
Just like a evil Jack
Jack
Frost, movie. Yeah.
and Jack Frost too.
Is that what Jack Frost does?
Jack
Yeah.
Frost 2, he comes back because he's in the antifreeze from the first one, and he's on an
course.
island, and it's tropical, but then he makes it snow.
Mm-hmm.
Does he make a dick in either of them?
Probably.
Probably. It
It's
seemed
not
like that
shown,
movie.
but probably.
It's
he
not
did.
a highbrow film.
That would be really
My
funny if they
iPhone.
spent like millions of dollars on the SFX of like, oh, we had a scene of Jack Frost crafting his own dick, and then it's like, we can't really have that in the movie, and he's like, well, I'm not going to direct the next one then.
You will put it in the movie, or
So help me God,
I'm not directing it.
or I'm walking away
Put in
from
the
this.
movie, or there will be no Jack Frost 2. You will deprive the world of Jack Frost 2.
That would be really funny if these, like the director of Jack Frost thought he had like bargaining power to like keep that in. He's like, I'm walking from this project. He's like, we don't need you to like finish it. It's already been filmed. You just throw that in an editor. That'd be good. Oscar the Grouch. He's probably pretty cold right now.
God, yeah, no one thinks about that.
What?
Oscar the Grouch. He lives in like a trash. He lives in like an aluminum trash can.
Yeah,
So he's probably-
he's got fur. He's like an
True.
animal.
He's got fur.
What about in the summer?
What about in the summer?
He's probably bakes alive in there.
Well,
it's
look,
more.
No one
he's an-
made
it's-
him stay in the trash can, all right?
Yeah,
We don't know that.
grouch.
He's grouchy because he's been
'Cause
bound
he's
to that
homeless.
by a wizard.
Yeah, but at a certain point, you can't, you have to, people have to help themselves, Jack.
Pull yourself up by.
Like,
a
I'm not going to drive
Oscar.
myself crazy trying to help Oscar the Grouch for help be help.
Is Oscar the Grouch schizophrenic? Maybe, but is it my job to help him?
Yeah.
No.
Get him some lithium. Someone should throw out their
What?
lithium.
Why lithium?
What are you talking about?
Isn't that what
lithium?
schizophrenic people use?
Is it
I think so.
Valium?
Valium. I think they used to have lithium because I remember there's one
It's for batteries.
there's one thing for like
lithium?
I remember my dad keeps showing me this one clip of Ben Shapiro talking about trans people, and he's like, when my
Just keep
grandpa
showing you over and over.
he showed it to me more than like 3 times, but it's he's like, when my grandpa had schizophrenia, we would have him he was saying that people were in the radio talking to him, and we didn't say, yes grandpa, there are people in the radio talking to you, that's good. No, we gave him some lithium and he got better.
Guess what, dumbass? There are people on the radio talking to me. That's what a radio is.
When my grandpa said that he was trans, we put lithium batteries in his ass.
And said, how's that feel?
How's that? Are you electrified? We thought it would work as electroshock therapy. Instead, it made him like dick more.
And then we just beat the shit out of him with my noodly arms,
And that fixed him.
and that fixed him.
And Grandpa's dead now,
And
but
he didn't speak back to me
he
ever
was
again.
fine.
Yeah, he killed himself, but that was something else.
Probably. It was probably about something.
It was probably about something else he had going on.
It was probably not our bad. I think it was probably because he was trans that he killed himself.
No.
That's why.
No.
No. Like we didn't do that to him. We didn't put him.
It wasn't us putting batteries up his ass and being the shit out of him.
It was
That's not what
because
it
he had the option to be trans that he killed himself.
Yeah, because that concept exists in the first
It
place.
was because it was a possibility that he killed himself.
It's
So
because
we
that
make sure it's not a possibility.
He was probably because like Ben Shapiro was like, oh well, actually, I want to kill myself every day because I know that people can be trans. So he probably was like,
But
oh,
really, it's about even.
Yeah. He's like, well, I bet he was probably like, oh man, people can be trans, and he killed himself because he didn't want to live in that world.
That would be the ultimate power move is Ben Shapiro kills himself and leaves a note.
Oh, and he said it was because. Oh no, it would be better if he was like, it's because people have been bullying me for being trans. And everyone's like, Ben Shapiro, what are you talking? People would just be like, that's a doctored note.
Yeah.
They'd have.
I would assume he didn't actually die.
I would assume that he was just trying to get like one last like weird shitty pwn on liberals.
Yeah.
Like he was so obsessed with that even in his suicide note, he can't be real.
Yeah, he can't, yeah, he's got to be like fake, and he has like a sponsored ad at the very end of it. He's just as so.
This is an ad for
Blue Chew.
So I know a lot of people like to prepare for the upcoming nuclear war, and so we've got a special sponsor here today at Brown Bricks. It's called fucking
What's it called?
what is it called? It's one of those things you put in your house to make sure you have food.
Food.
Bear
It's
traps.
called food. It's called canned food. We're selling canned food.
memories.
Rat trap.
Yeah, we got
we
some
got a bunch of
MREs for you to buy today. And they're kind of brick shaped, so it kind of goes with the theme of the pod.
They're actually just a bunch of Blue Chew put together. And during the apocalypse, your
They'll
dick will be
sustain
rock
you.
hard.
A brick of Blue Chew you can take bites out of.
That's all you have to eat. So you're just like
They're
chewing
not
on-
pills; they're chewable tablets.
You're just like rock hard, like nervous because like the feral imp people are gonna come around and steal your Blue Chew.
What's that movie called where he's trapped under the rock?
Oh, it's 127 hours.
Yeah, what about a Blue Chew ad that's a parody of that? It starts off, he's trapped under a rock and he doesn't know how to get out, but he takes Blue Chew and his hard cock pushes the boulder off of
Yeah,
him.
the cock's stuck underneath his like soft cock.
He's hard for 127 hours.
Puts his soft cock under the rock, takes a Blue Chew, and it pumps the rock up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like a car jack.
that'd be a great commercial. That
More
what if-
like 127 seconds, how quick the Blue Chew acts.
that's how fast I come.
Yeah.
right.
We don't actually have a sponsor, unfortunately.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
we
do.
have an
It's
anchor sponsor.
Well, but I mean, for
we don't
Blue
have
Chew.
one right now.
Yeah. We don't have to do a read. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, we're sorry.
We're just doing ads for no reason.
Yeah.
don't-
Let's see.
For
Do you guys
companies
want?
we don't get money from.
Yeah, no, actually, I'm going to do some slander on Blue Chew. Ben Shapiro is sponsored by them only because he gives it to trans people and says, "Look how hard your cock is," and then he jacks them off and says, "That's not."
What are
bad."
you doing right now?
I don't know.
You didn't have an idea.
I didn't have any idea. I was gonna keep talking and see where that went, and You know what? I'm glad you stopped me there.
Okay, you know what movie I hate?
What movie?
A Christmas Story. Movie fucking sucks.
What? Christmas Story's great.
Nah.
I haven't seen it in years.
The
but I
only
think
good
I like
part
it.
of the movie
It's
is
just
when
kind of boring.
he says "fuck" outside with the car, and his dad gets mad at him and beats his ass.
He put soap in his mouth.
Child violence.
Yeah.
Always
What
good.
what about other colors of chew that make different body parts hard?
Green chew makes you have like Popeye muscles.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You eat it and then you get super strong.
Spinach.
Brown chew.
Brown chew makes you shit super.
No.
hard.
It just
That
gives
just-
you.
that's just when you have liquid shit.
Yeah, it gives you hard shits.
Yeah.
No, it makes your ass impenetrable.
No. Okay.
What? What?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, no, it's an
All right.
anti-rape device.
You can't shit though either. Well, it's
No, but if you do, if someone does, that's actually the preventative measure. That if someone does break the bow, it just shit comes pouring out at such a fast rate that it stops them.
yeah.
Let's start a boner pill company called Medusa. Turn your dick to stone.
Ooh, that's cool. I like it.
Troll.
What do you
It's the
say?
troll.
Troll.
Turn to stone. Troll, turn dick to stone. Big
What do they run?
troll comes out of your mountain.
That's
your
the ad. The ad is like you take the dick pill and your dick turns into like a little troll, and he's like, I'm a stone troll.
Now I gotta go put you out in the sunlight. It's sunlight activated.
Yeah,
Sunlight activated boner pill.
we have to do like some insane science in order to get it to work. It's like it has to be sunlight activated. That's the only way our ads are gonna make sense. It's like just rename it. It's like no,
Trolly.
trolly.
Trolly. It's like the gummy candy, but hard.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Trolley seltzer.
That'd be good.
That is-
I'd drink that.
There are a lot of those like funny little seltzers now.
Neutral.
Candy seltzer.
Old troll and neutral.
Old troll.
Neutral.
Neutral.
Troll.
Neutral.
Fuck you.
Neutral is like the forever centerist troll. He's like that's his new because that's like the new like
He's neutral.
the new
Yeah.
version of the troll.
Neo-troll.
It's like yeah, he's like that's the
Neo-trolty.
Neo-trollty. Oh, that's hot. That's
troll
good.
trollsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a neo-Nazi, but neo-troll.
Neo
Neo-trollsy.
trollsy. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what we're saying.
I don't know either.
Merry Christmas.
Merry
I need some more alcohol
yeah,
to
yeah.
make this make sense.
I agree. Let's see.
Yeah, we're getting our nog on.
Yeah, should we refill the
We
nog?
got a lot of snow. It's really cold out right now. It's like a wind chill of like -30.
Yeah, it's cool. There was a guy down at the bar last night. Liam and I were down there, and Liam like, it's sure cold out. He's like, well, it's only cold because of the wind. And Liam's like, no, it's cold out. Right? Like, yeah, the wind makes it colder, but it's cold right now.
Yeah, like -3
And then,
is
and
still
then
not
he's
warm.
like, no, you don't believe me? That's because of the wind. And we're like, yeah, the wind makes it colder. I pulled up the weather app. I'm like, it's -1 degrees right now without wind chill.
And he was
And
doubling
then
down.
he was like, so? Like, that's
So?
cold.
What do you mean what do you mean so? Like what are you talking about? Is he implying that regardless of the temperature outside?
He just refused to be wrong. He was a loser.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel like you guys would run into a lot of those people at the bar, right? Just people who are like very
I don't know.
pig-headed.
Most people who bother to talk to me when I'm working down there are like trying to be funny or something. They're not like being weirdly stubborn about whether or not
Confrontational.
it's cold. Like, what a weird hill to die on.
There are a lot of macho weathermen, though. Like, whenever you talk to somebody and you're like, it's really cold, and they're like, it's not that cold. Like, it'll be like,
It's like a sassy gay guy. I was
Yeah.
like, no, it's not cold. Because I would get that from like a
Liam,
macho
was that the
weather
same guy that you saw him fingering a guy's ass in the bar once?
I don't think so.
I thought that was the guy.
It might be actually.
I think it is.
that's
Yeah.
a good look.
Yeah, he was just fingering this guy's ass. They were playing beer pong, and he was just, or they were by beer pong, and he was just fingering his ass
Okay.
over
Like-
the
like-
shorts.
Okay,
Oh,
over
okay.
the short.
But
Okay.
he was pretty close to in there.
People-
digging around.
PDA is like insane to me. Like, why does anyone ever do that?
Alcohol.
PDA pressed the asshole.
Yeah.
Press.
Press to asshole.
Press the ass.
It's just drunk people, man. They'll
Yeah, no, I
fucking
do
be
hate
slopping.
It's not cold outside, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of those.
Go outside. Go stand outside
Yeah,
for
go
10
for it.
minutes.
Yeah.
Go get frostbite, you fucking cunt.
Well, that's what people. What do you guys think about people who do that to people in California, where it'll be like 40 and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so cold." It's like it's not that cold. It's like no, it's all relative. Like those people over there, that's pretty cold.
Yeah, it's relative, and at a certain point, it's not relative.
Yeah, at a
After
certain point,
it is just fucking cold for
What-
everybody on the planet.
Once liquids start to freeze, then it's like, oh,
Yeah, it's
you're in
cold.
danger of dying at that point. You can die from exposure by being out there for too long, then it's too cold.
Your body's 5% water.
5.
5%.
That can make it freeze.
5% water.
Your body's at least 5%
Make sure you-
water.
We got it.
Make
We got
sure you
it.
drink
Negative
your
8 right
antifreeze.
now. We got negative 8
It's
degrees.
Oh, that's
me,
awesome.
Santa Claus.
Are you guys
With
excited
the
about
wind
working?
feels like negative 33.
Jesus.
Sucks.
Yeah.
Are you guys excited to go work?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ha ha ha.
God, why do we have to work at an outdoor bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't they close the outdoor bar down at this time of year? It's
No,
crazy.
it's popping now.
Then they keep the lazy river open too. I mean, the
That'd
heating
be
bill
sick.
is absurd.
They
It's
keep
like
the
14
Dude.
grand a night.
They
Dude.
keep the lazy river and that little bucket that pours
Yeah.
water on
Remember
people.
when
That's
Cocoa
the great-
Keys
yeah.
was around?
Oh,
I would
yeah.
go there in the winter, and they'd
Because
have like
it's
the
inside.
outside like hot tub
Yeah,
area you could
yeah.
go to.
Okay,
that
hot
shit
tubs are
was
different.
fucking
I remember
Let's go.
going to that, and all the kids we were playing a game where we would sit in the hot tub until we got hot, and then we get out of it and roll around
Roll
on
around
all
the
the ice
snow.
and snow surrounding it
That
until we were
is-
freezing. Just get in and out. 'cause
Yeah.
it was fun.
Yeah.
And
That
then
shit
you
was
have
tight.
chlorine burns in your eyes for 4 days.
Oh yeah,
Probably,
so
yeah.
much chlorine.
There's so much
Yeah.
chlorine.
They
And
really-
I was
no, they
a
really
filthy
burned it.
child. I hated showers. So every time, a week after I was in the pool, I'd be like, "Why have my eyes stung all week?"
What's wrong with my eyes? Is it all the vegetables I eat?
I remember being in the pool as a kid, and I was like pushing off underwater to go do a little, like jet out, and I would hold my eyes open. I'd feel it pull my eyelids down,
Ugh.
so it's just forcing chlorine in around the eyes. It felt kind of cool, and I was like, that got burns too. Sure enough, it did.
That's pretty
Jesus.
cool.
I'd like yawn, and when it makes your eyes teary when you yawn, it would bring more chlorine out from beneath and burn again. But I was like, it's got to be cleaning it though. It's got to be cleaning it out. So
It
keep
honestly
yawning.
probably is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like that shit's in there.
Yeah, you're at least expelling some chlorine.
That shit's
Yeah.
probably not supposed to be wherever it was before you yawn.
Hey.
Better out than in.
I was a goggles kid. I could never understand how people open their
Yeah.
eyes underwater. This seems insane.
We were
to
a
me.
different breed. We were a stronger breed, Liam and I.
Longer breed.
Yeah, you couldn't see very well though.
Yeah,
But,
but I didn't have to wear bitch ass goggles.
No,
have
but
to
like,
look
Okay, well,
no.
I could actually see underwater.
I didn't look.
though.
I
This
wasn't a
You
four
look
eyes.
Like you look like a pussy.
You
This
look
is the
like a
water
four-eyed
equivalent.
pussy.
This is the water equivalent of like it's not cold outside though, because it's like
No, it's not the same because opening your eyes underwater is actually bad for them.
well, yeah, no,
An
that's what I'm.
chlorine
No, that's what I'm
pool.
saying is like, why would you not wear goggles?
Yeah.
Hindsight's 2020.
Not anymore.
I was
'Cause you
fucking
have so much
powerful.
Chlorine in your eyes. Was that why
powerful, Jack?
your aura stopped
I've never been more powerful than when I was a boy.
Thank God I'm never stepping into a pool. ever
What happened to
again.
your power?
My power,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's just tied to my boyish energy, and that's been draining. I'm losing it.
You should. How do you reignite that boyish energy?
It's gone.
I think he's
can't.
getting it back.
No, my boyish energy
No,
is
he's
gone.
getting it
you
back.
should,
It's
you
climbing
should get
back
some
up
puzzles. You should get a little propeller cap.
Oh yeah.
You should get
Puzzles and a propeller cap and
Little
and like
race
some
car
suspenders.
toys.
Ooh yeah.
suspenders, like high socks and little tennis shoes,
Go to the
And-
go work a door
and run everywhere you
with
go.
your little propeller cap.
Yeah, with a big lollipop.
Yeah, and you run everywhere. You can't walk.
Okay.
Like
I
a skip
I skip
run.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
What if you keep every time that you take an ID, you just look at that and say, "Oh, you're so old."
Oh wow, you're old,
I
mister.
can't wait till I'm a grown up like you.
Yeah.
You're a grown up. Are you grown up? You gotta be grown up to be in here.
Yeah, anytime people talk to me when I have my propeller cap and big lollipop, I'm like, man, I love working down here and seeing everyone have a great time. I can't wait till I can drink down here.
Can I sit at the big kids table with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You pull up and you're like, "Can I get one root beer, please?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
have root beer on tap?
Your root beer.
Do you have any local root beers?
Any mug?
No, but you're like a kid who like you're still experiencing shit way before you should. So you're like you drink beer and you get like horribly addicted to it, but you're pretending you're 7, but you're addicted to beer. I don't know.
Yeah, let's turn the bar into like a soda shop where all the taps are sodas.
It used to be.
And then you get killed by the patrons that come down and they're like, "Hey, can I get like a beer?" And they're like, "Sure." They're like, "Oh, that's root beer, but you still have to pay $5 for it."
Yeah, we still charge. We increase the prices.
Yeah. It wasn't cheap to replace
sody
all
pop.
of the taps.
We just have a big vat of like grain alcohol, and we put an ounce of it in the bottom of a big soda pop glass. So what pop do you want?
What pop do you want?
Mm-hmm.
What soda pop?
You want a pop?
Do you want a pop?
Want a pop?
That's
Pop.
yeah. And then you punch him. You know, it'd be
So-
cool. The power to like ice skate.
Well,
You can ice skate.
No, but like on anything.
no.
Yeah, but just to
What,
be
you
able to
be
like do it.
Iceman.
Yeah, I
You
get-
know, don't you ever wish you could just skate like other people? You ever go to a skating rink and you just can't do it, and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
good."
Yeah.
God, I wish I
I mean,
had
that
the
does happen.
superpower all these
Yeah.
people have.
You're talking about Iceman, though?
But you know, you just
No, I'm talking. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, a little bit him. He's got a little bit more going on than just being
Frozone?
able to ice skate. I'm talking about like not even like making ice, like just that floor. I'm able
Like
to like skate across.
the My Hero Academia spinoff, the vigilante one.
Oh yeah,
like
the guy,
that guy.
like the crawler or whatever,
Yeah.
where he can like go on. Except for I like the momentum of skating, where it'd be like
talking about Frozone.
no, but I
Yeah,
can't
about
create
Frozone.
ice.
That's like Iceman as well.
Yeah,
Honey, where the fuck?
Also,
is
that's
my
such an
super suit, you bitch?
uninspired name. Now that I think about
Frozone?
it, Iceman.
Oh, Iceman.
Frozone's a
he was
good
the
name.
first.
I know he was the first, but it's very uninspired still.
It's cooler if you're the first. I also like if you come up with a guy who's like the first, like Piss Man. Do you not call him Piss Man, or
I
do you
don't.
call him
I don't
like?
think using "man" in the name of the hero was ever an inspired choice.
There's Iron Man.
Batman, Superman,
There's Hulk.
Yeah, it's
Man.
all bad.
Hulkman.
Hulkman.
Yeah, but
Hulk-
Batman. Think about Batman. How many other names have they come up with? Them? You know, Cape Crusader. You know, some they just call him the Bat a lot because they're cool. That's cooler names.
The Bat.
They call him the
Yeah.
Dark Knight.
The
The
Dark,
Dark Knight. Cooler names.
I
They're
know.
like Batman's a little uninspired, so they came up with new shit for him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are like epithets, though.
I'm on Jackson's side here.
No, they like come up with epithets as he does cooler shit.
Yeah, but I'm just
Yeah, but how
saying,
much cooler would it be if
the
he was
original
the
name
Dark Knight
is
from the fucking
uninspired.
start?
Well, no, but then they would be like, well, what's his deal? Why is he dressed like a bat?
Because
Gives
it's
a
it's
shit.
fucking stupid. Yeah, it's
That's-
fucking stupid that he is dressed as a bat.
That well, like I feel like that's part of the iconicness of Batman is that he's a little bat boy.
Yeah,
I convinced these two there's a bat in our house last night.
You did not convince me. I knew it was you playing them through the vent by the bathroom.
It's not true.
Did you play?
I do.
thought
I have
for a
bats
second it was.
that I squeeze and play them. And
you play them like musical.
so they think they're wild, but they're
I love the idea.
I got 'em
You're
wrapped
like,
up in
I
saran
convinced
wrap.
them- I convinced
I
them
convinced
there's
them
a
there's a
bat.
bat in the house by bringing bats into the house.
Yeah. Guys,
I-
look, there's bats in here.
I,
and then,
I
like,
cut their wings off and burn it so they don't bleed anymore, and they just run around on 2 feet.
keep them alive
Yeah.
with little bottles. That
they're
you
just
feed
like
them.
shitty mice. Like,
Yeah,
I
they're
do like
pretty
the idea where
two-legged mice.
I feed them, but they still bite.
they've
Yeah.
got rabies. Trust me.
They've got rabies. They've got it.
I think we've told the story on the pod, but I think one of my favorite moments in this house ever was when Liam smacked the shit out of a bat with a broom, and it was just dazed on the floor for
Yeah,
a second.
that was
And we're like, "What do we do?"
Oh god, you killed it.
I mean, like, we have like beekeeper outfits at our house to deal with bats.
Bat keeper outfits.
Bat
Got
keeper
a
outfit.
beekeeper outfit specifically for bats.
Well, we have them, and every time there's a bat in the house, Humane Society's always like very not helpful about
no,
it.
yeah.
They'll be like, wait, unless you like put the bat on the phone and it says that it wants to get taken out of the house, we're not even coming. It's like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So
You know what's fucked up about society? You know the real problem with society? It's emblematic of it.
what?
How many beekeepers there are, but you haven't heard of a single bee giver.
That's what the bees are, right?
Yeah, that's true.
They're honey givers.
Shut up.
They just keep.
Fuck you.
Anyways, what
okay,
were you
but like
saying, Jack?
the beekeepers aren't like it's not a bee taker. They're just keeping them there.
What about
Yeah, they keep all
Yeah, but
for
that's-
themselves.
No, but they don't keep anything
don't-
that's not
They
like
keep them.
no, because a bee taker would be like, okay, you're like having a
Look,
net negative on the bee.
It was a silly little joke.
I always thought
It's
that
a stupid little.
I always
joke.
thought that beekeepers were birds because their beaks eep. They're beekeepers. We eep eep.
No, you didn't think that. You fucking idiot.
Really?
Holy shit! You said
He told
something
me, he
even
told me this when I first met him.
but he just
He
said-
told me this when he first met him. He
Shut
goes,
the fuck up.
what do you mean beekeepers? What?
Look at that beekeeper. I wish we had.
Beekeeper.
What kind of beekeeper is that?
This is.
It's true.
I do like
a
how
beekeeper of
you-
prey.
you somehow one-upped Phineas's stupid joke. Like
I think that's one downing.
one downing, one downer. That is this entire. But eventually, we're just gonna get to the point with the 100th episode where we're all gonna have Down syndrome. But
Race
we're not
to the
gonna know
bottom.
it. We're gaining
Pretty close,
chromosomes.
aren't we?
We are. This is what
Or
like
so, or high
88?
80s? Yeah.
88. Yeah.
Sheesh.
That
Wow.
That
Shucks.
means 3 more months, and then we're at episode 100.
Wait, what episode is this?
80. Oh
Heil
wait.
Hitler.
Oh no. Oh, I guess we've got the rest of this podcast to talk about. The real point, the real purpose of
We
this
can't.
podcast.
Even if we wanted to quit right now, we gotta do one more episode.
You gotta do at least one more episode.
Yeah, that would be really funny if there's like a little psyop that
Just make it episode 89 when you put it out.
Yeah, I like how they skipped the 13th floor.
Yeah, they skipped the 80th.
We didn't skip the 13th floor. We gotta go.
Yeah,
we
no,
just gotta
we're-
plow through.
I hate when they skip the 13th floor.
Yeah,
That shit
it's just
pisses me
fucking
off.
stupid.
Yeah, just like
Because then whoever lives on 14, if they are superstitious, they know.
they know that it's 13.
Why do they say brand
Well,
new?
A lot of those times they actually make the 13th floor and just don't do anything with it.
Like it's a brand?
What?
Brand new?
Yeah, like it's like a brand.
Yeah,
it's
from a
straight out of
brand.
the box of a brand.
Yeah.
No, but they don't. They just turn 13 to 14.
No, they make the 13th floor and they just don't use it.
That'd be insane. That's
do it.
That's fucking.
That happens.
I refuse to believe that they develop an entire floor.
I believe
because
it's
of-
happened before. That's not common practice.
Yeah,
though.
like because of
Our house
spooky
doesn't have a 13th
ghosts.
floor.
That's true.
Yeah,
They skipped
They
it and
refuse
went
to
straight
make
to-
it.
Most buildings in America don't have a 13th floor.
Wouldn't it be cool to live the entire hotel, like one entire floor of a hotel is your entire room?
Yes.
Would you just shit on like the
mean,
floor occasionally?
Would it be? It'd be like interesting for a bit, but then you'd be like, well, all these are the same room.
No, but you.
I'll
change
just
them
stay
up.
in the one closest to the elevator.
Yeah.
or the farthest away, so you get the
No.
most time.
I would run up
The
and
most
down the
time
hall.
to what?
What do you mean the most time?
The most
Just-
time.
What are you talking about?
What if someone comes into the? What if it's spooky? What if they're like, "This is the 13th floor, and we're not going to use any of it, so you could have all of this to just stay in." I'd go the farthest away, so the spooky goes.
You would want the most time to get off the floor.
no.
You want the longest distance to run away from a spooky ghost to the elevator?
The spooky ghost. So like the 13th floor, because they built it. There's no like actual ghost there, but they come to that floor because they're like, it's the ghost floor.
Yeah.
So they like appear on that. So they're coming through the elevator.
Sounds awesome.
So you gotta
So
like
you have the most time to wait till they get to you.
yeah. You have the fort. You have to fortify. You have to fortify
you know
against.
they're
How
even
do you
coming,
know they
guys?
got there?
What do you mean? How do you know? They say, "Ooh."
You hear the elevator ding, and nobody's
Yeah,
supposed
you go,
to
wait,
be on this
I'm the only one who lives on this floor. And
And
it's just like fucking
It's like room
Maintenance,
service.
room service.
And they're like, "Oh shit, I got." And then,
yeah, you ordered a burger to your room
Yeah.
and you forgot.
Ghost. And then he's
You're
like, "You do this every time you
nailing
order
2x4s to the hotel door.
You have like what's it called, the Home Improvement, Home Alone shit like strewn about, where you have like jacks on the floor.
It's my floor. It's my floor.
This is
Sir, you need to get all the Hot Wheels out of the hallway.
you,
What are you talking about?
you need to
That
get
must
the,
be
you need to get the comically large hammer.
How did you know they were? Oh, is this a ghost?
Oh yeah, he floated right over
This
him.
ghost is calling me.
I like the idea of trying. That should be a movie. Someone home aloneing a ghost.
It just doesn't work.
Yeah, it just like floats over. What does the ghost do?
Well,
once-
no, they'd need new tricks. That
Or-
would be the twist.
Oh, okay, I thought the
Antique no
ghost.
ghost, new tricks.
What does a ghost do if it
The
gets?
ghost isn't the one using the trick.
So like
Yes,
if
it
a
is.
ghost, if a
The
ghost,
ghost is home aloneing the homeowner.
Are you saying the ghost can't learn
That'd
new?
be a good movie too.
Yeah.
That would just be a haunting, right? Except for
Yeah.
he's
The
like,
ghost-
That is what a
The
haunting
ghost of the kid. They start like in the middle of a not real Home Alone movie where he fails and gets killed by the robbers.
And then he home alone
And
with
then
his
he-
family on their way home.
Yeah.
I know, it's this is the type of shit you do. Are you here? He's like, oh God, something's after me. He can't see his family. Yeah.
That'd be cool. And
Yeah.
he just does that every time. So like the realtor's trying to show off the house, and the kid is like, "You're never gonna get in here." And
they're trying to demolish the house, and he like fucking there's pit traps.
Yeah,
and
there's a
stuff.
bunch of
He keeps
marbles.
appearing as a boy, and he's like really disturbing the fucking construction worker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hitting a sledgehammer on the wall and I hit a fucking boy. I just don't know what's going on. I won't work on this site.
He's like,
Yeah.
I drove him off.
Like, got again. He's like looking through the window. He's like, got him again. And then he goes and
You
he's
did it,
like,
Billy.
"What
You
year is
saved
this?"
the
some
home.
construction worker shakily smoking a cigarette out front, and he's like, I got him.
Yeah, and then he
Coming in.
pours like I don't know, like syrup on him, and he's like, "Ha ha." He's like, "I'm fucking done. I'm fucking
Done
I
with
can't
this
do
goddamn
this.
place.
Yeah.
That was fucking sucks.
I'm not fucking working here." He's like, the district manager is like, "Get back here." He's like, "Fuck. Who are we? Who would you hire to demolish the funny?" Oh, they need to fight fire with fire.
You
So they have
nuke
another
it
Home
from
Alone
orbit.
kid come in, and they've got a Home Alone, the ghost Home Aloner.
I would bring in the destroy, build, destroy crew.
Andrew
Destroy.
WK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could pull it off.
Destroy, build, destroy, but you kill a person, and then you have to rebuild them and use them as like on your challenge,
I like that show.
and then you blow up the other person.
That show was fucking stupid, but I liked it a lot.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Same with the whatever the one show is where you had to like jump through like the holes in the wall that were like shaped like a certain thing, so you'd have to like,
Show rocked.
yeah, you'd
That
have
was
to like
pretty
jump
cool.
and like fit yourself through the hole
I wish
properly.
we had one of those in our
It
house.
was always very funny to watch
The-
the fat people try and do it.
Yeah, they're clearly not going to get through.
That would be the producers are like holding up pictures, and they're like, "This guy is gonna be so funny." Like,
Yeah.
When they had fat people, they should have had huge holes.
yeah, it's
Just
like
a big
no,
a
but
circle.
Yeah, it's a
like
giant circle.
obnoxiously big, such that it's like they're obviously gonna win, but they act like, "Wow, they're so good! I
Yeah.
can't believe they
And
got
then
through that."
the fat person at the very end, he's like, "Wow, you're so good, you're so amazing," and then the fat person's like, "Just kidding me, that is fuck
They
you."
get money like we
Fuck
didn't.
off.
I wouldn't expect you to be such an athlete. They're just like
and he's just like
they're just like
stepping.
crisscross applesauce on the platform as the big hole goes over him.
Yeah, and he's
All
just
right.
like scowling. He's like, "Yeah, I guess I like win the
guess
PS4, but like,
you are
fuck
so good at this.
You're so, yeah," and he's like, "Is this like Make a Wish? Like, am I retarded?"
I did it, boys.
That would the destroy, build, destroy thing. I still remember. I was at Elliot's house when I was a kid,
Mhm.
and we watched Destroy, Build, Destroy, and then we were like, that sounds really fun, and then we said Destroy, Build, Destroy, and we dropped a 20-pound weight on all his Hot Wheels. And then we were like, and I think we kind of missed the point of the
fucking
show.
kill you.
No, we did it like Elliot was like, "This will be awesome," and then we did that, and it was.
I
and
remember. Yeah, go ahead.
Then, well, now I'm just like, that was.
Did you build after you
No, I was
destroyed?
gonna say
You
that was.
can't build
We did one.
from a Hot Wheel that
just
you
dis-
flattened.
Yeah, we were like,
yeah, well,
destroy.
they do it in the show, so
Actually, they destroy. Yeah, then they build, and then they destroy.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
right.
but they always
it's a pretty straightforward show.
Yeah,
no,
you're
but like
right.
with
You
the
know what
Hot
you're
Wheels,
getting.
like what are we gonna do with that?
A
Yeah.
shittier Hot Wheel.
I remember I had a big ass Lego set when I was a kid that was like some Star Wars spaceship. It was fucking like 2 feet long. It was huge. And I had Wyatt and I forget who else it was. It might have been Carter come over. And I don't know if they were fucking around with it or what, but Wyatt fucking dropped it and it broke. And I was fucking pissed.
Well, because at that point you can't even rebuild it because it's like out of order. Because
yeah, I know. I'd have to fish out the instructions and figure out which piece goes where.
yeah, and you're like, well, like I know how to do this if it starts from 0, but like right now, this is like the part 3, part 12, and part 89.
I was angry.
all got broken.
My sister had a Barbie's like C4 Corvette that was a couple feet long, probably. It was a convertible, and Sean and I would put GI Joes in it. We did this one day. We were sending it down the stairs, and it would like hit a stair and eject the GI Joes. And we're like, that was a brutal car accident. And we did it like 15 times. I remember our sister being like, "Don't do it again." And she saw us doing it, and I launched it. Like a wheel flew off, and the steering wheel flew off. We ran away and hid.
I remember I wanted there was like a Polly Pocket like super big house, and I just kind of wanted it because I liked. There's something about like I remember I used to play because my parents wouldn't buy me any like super cool toys. So I used to like play with like erasers and dice and pretend they were people. And I was like the Polly Pocket thing.
Jesus Christ!
You could play with like
Awesome.
you would play with like a cool thing, like, and you'd have like a whole house for my erasers and dice to be people in. And then my parents got like really mad at me for wanting a Polly Pocket house. They were like, yeah, you can. And then but then my grandpa was like, no, he just thinks it's cool to have like a whole house that they could go in. And I'm like, look, there's like a little slide there that they can go down. And like my parents were like, no,
You're not a homemaker.
yeah, you're not a homemaker.
You're a breadwinner.
Yeah, that was their whole thing. They're like, you can have this office, you can have this scale office building that you can go in. And I'm like,
Which floor is finance going on, Jack?
yeah,
Little Jackie.
which floor has the big deal that they've got to close today, Jack?
Your subordinate Jonathan has been coming to work late, 4 minutes late yesterday. Where is he going to be put? In the back cubicle, remember. No windows.
And who's gonna come up is Mr. Eraser's gonna come up and say, "Hey, Mr. Dice, you've been coming in like a couple minutes late every day." And Mr. Eraser's like, "Listen, my kid, I need to get him to school. My kid who's also a littler eraser, like the top of the
Little
pencil
eraser has cancer.
yeah." And he's like, "That's not really our problem, okay?"
That's right, Jack.
That's right. That's right. My dad's like playing with me. I've got to verbalize all of the. And he's like, "What?"
Oh, but little eraser's crying. You're crying too. You're like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I
I
dropped
Close your
it
can't.
heart to it,
school.
boy. Close your heart.
I drop all the little erasers at school, and then like the big eraser picks up the little eraser, and he's like, "Dad, how was your work day?" He's like, "I don't want to talk about it." And he's like, "Are we going to chemo again?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's fine." And the big eraser's like kind of like shit, like he's like mad at the little eraser now because he's
Big
like, "You
eraser
fucked up my life."
Is shitting on your company. Are you going to let him shit on your company?
Yeah, my dad's like,
Big
"You have to
eraser
make-
is taking your fucking
you have to
money.
make
That's
tough-
your money.
You have to make tough decisions." And I like
His
I-
time is your time.
I'm like
and your
tear-
time is your money.
I'm like tearfully like going in with like the bouncy ball and like firing the big eraser.
Break the eraser. Break the eraser.
Yeah, and I'm like, "I don't want to do this, Dad."
Destroy it.
And then he's like, "Do you want that account to be late again? Your clients are dropping you because they know that your erasers cannot deliver the deliverables on time."
Is a sob story going to sell? Can
Good.
you make new clients with a sick little eraser boy?
Yeah. I guess I understand, but when you fire him, he's got 2 weeks to find another job. And if he doesn't show, like, listen, he's got to try again. He's just got to try again, okay?
I just wanted a dollhouse.
I just wanted to play
I
with
just
my
wanted a
erasers.
regular doll.
want to play with the eraser.
Yeah, the dice TPS reports that he's got to make, and I just end up filling out regular as TPS reports, and it's just like,
What's your guys' favorite Christmas gift as a child? Child.
I
Me
know
and
my
Sean-
worst one.
I got a see-through Lego gun that was like a machine gun that you loaded up like a fucking machine gun. It had like a belt that you loaded up with Lego things.
What?
My parents would only ever buy me
Guns.
Nerf guns. I remember when I got a sword and I got a little bit too into the sword for like the Nerf sword.
Yeah.
And I would play with that, and then I would like, and then my
That
dad,
shit taken away.
yeah, I was like, "You can't play with this anymore," because he's like, "You should be playing with the guns," and he wasn't a big fan of me playing with the sword.
Oh. Play with
what
both.
was the worst one that you got? Faye?
There was one year, there was some Xbox game I wanted, but I got a C on my report card, so my dad got me a book on how to organize better, tips for organization, like a self-help book.
Wait, how old were you?
It was a crushing blow.
17 years old.
24.
Yeah, I was older than I am right now.
I want a game, Dad.
I was probably in middle school.
Okay, that's hilarious.
But it was just like really, I was like, oh, what's here? This? It's like, get organized, bitch.
yeah, and it's shaped like an Xbox game in a way.
Like that's not a gift.
yeah, that's like a indictment.
Yeah.
Wow. Cruel and unusual. My favorite was my parents got me a Lego dinosaur Hot Wheels thing, or not Lego. It was a Hot Wheels dinosaur like track, where it'd be like a volcano, and you put your car in at the top, and it would like go down the fucking volcano.
It would melt the car because it was 400 degrees.
I think there was fake lava you could put in it, and the car would get
that
stuck
is badass.
in it. Yeah, it was actually pretty fucking cool.
I might have told you guys, it's such a depressing story, but it's actually a great little Christmas. We just got like Nerf footballs. And it was like, learned a few years later that my parents had all the gifts out in the minivan. So that when we went to bed, they'd go out and wrap all of it. Yeah, someone stole all the Christmas gifts out of the car, like between when we got home and bedtime. So they went out and they're like, shit, and they had spent all the Christmas money already, so they went and got like Nerf footballs for each of us.
That's so fucked up.
Jesus.
There was like recently there was like kind of a this whole thing about like the Magic 30th anniversary collection where it's like $1,000 packs, and a guy was like, if I like someone was like, people who spent money on the Magic 30th anniversary collection, what do you wish you would have spent it on instead if you got bad pulls? And one of them was like in the comments was like, yeah, if I still had that money, I could have given my kids a great Christmas. I was like, oh wait, these are the adults now. Like the adults are people who are blowing $1,000 on Magic cards now.
Magic cards that kind of suck.
Yeah, and they regret it. Like they didn't blow it, and then they're like, well, this is my coin collection, and this is something I'm very proud of. Yeah. They're like, I fucked up. I just wasted $1,000, which is cool. That's awesome.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
I respect it.
What do you guys want for Christmas
That's the kind
this
of
year?
adult I want to be. I asked my parents for a new headset because my headset's on the way out.
That's probably.
I want a Bluetooth one so I can walk around.
I just get sweaters every year because I don't really need anything.
Yeah.
My mom likes to see me wear sweaters that she gets me on Christmas.
Oh,
so
that's
I just
nice.
get a sweater and I wear it.
Yeah, most everything I asked for is stuff I could get myself and would most likely rather get myself, but I'm like, well, fuck it. If somebody is going to buy it for me, just go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, for the most part, now all I get is like my parents will see I do Pilates and they'll be like, "You can
Here's a
I'll
yoga
just
mat.
buy you some Pilates like classes, basically."
Oh, yeah.
And they'll just refill a car and they'll be like, "That's cool." But it is one of those things where once you have disposable income, Christmas is a lot less cool. Because I'm like, I can go to the card shop anytime I want.
Yeah, I can't ask them for a video game because any video game I want, I just buy myself.
Yeah, and it's also like so recondite to them where I'm like, so you go on TCG Player and you'd like look at this particular, but not that printing. No, not that printing either. And you want to buy like
You want to buy this?
You want to buy near
Rosalina.
mint, but you don't want to buy like one of the more expensive, like CCG Direct. That one's gonna be way more expensive. Anyways, yeah, it's gonna cost you like $300.
Yeah, most of the time I'm just like, if you want to give me something, give me money.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll spend it the way I want it.
You ask for money? My parents would kill me if I was like, just give me money.
Yeah,
I mean, that's what I'll say. I'm like, I mean, usually I'll give them something to give me, but I'm like, if you don't want to get that, just give me money. If you still want to give me something.
Yeah,
I guess.
No, it's just for some reason, yeah, money is like a bad gift where it's like if you ask for that or if you do that, then like they'll look down on you.
I don't ask. I need money. That's what I need.
Give me, please leave the tag on whatever you give me. Do not open it if it's in a box.
That would be
I
really
like
funny
it more with the tag on.
if you start asking for like shit with really good resale value, and they're like, "Can you buy me like plates of gold?"
Can you give me like a 2009 Subaru Outback? Price, it'd be just a good
but,
card. It's a
like-
good investment right now, and I'll hold on to it.
Yeah, I'll get you back for some of that.
You should have gotten your friends a bunch of NFTs.
Yeah.
Trump NFT.
Yeah, some Trump NFTs.
$100. We could have won a chance to play with him at Mar-a-Lago.
If one of us won the chance to play at Mar-a-Lago, would you invite everyone else?
Yeah, of course.
Can we all agree?
I don't know how many plus ones you're able to bring.
If
Probably
we got
just
4
like
plus
one.
ones, I'd invite you guys.
Yeah, of course. I'd go play at Mar-a-Lago, some golf.
Oh, I'd play some.
My
fucking
dad
golf.
would be pissed that I didn't invite him.
Yeah, he would be like, "Yeah,
I'd
can
be
I
like,
have
yeah,
your
fuck
spot?"
off, bitch.
That would be funny if it's like your dad and us three, and we're like having like a shit eating grin. And he's like, "Mr. Trump, I really."
I would love to be, like those guys that paid to play golf with Trump and just fucked with him the whole time.
That would be good.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
I would challenge him to basketball.
Like, surely you can ball, Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
I would challenge him to a twerk contest for money.
Have you seen that one picture?
1v1
Money.
Russ, trick shots only. Me versus Trump.
And he wins. Have you seen that one picture of someone's like, "Ayo, what the fuck is this?" And it's a picture of Trump sitting down, and his ass is just so fat,
Yeah.
and people are like, "What is going on here?" Also, did you guys see that one video that I sent of Rick from Rick and Morty
No.
beating? He beat Andrew Tate in a Yu-Gi-Oh duel, and he says, "I activate pot of weed," and Andrew Tate's like, "No," and then he dies. There's a bunch
That
of
sounds-
That was good.
That sounds
was a good
really-
rendition.
that entire channel is literally just Rick playing Yu-Gi-Oh against celebrities. Like there's one
funny.
from Matt Pat from Game Theory.
Sounds like AI generate content.
It honestly, well, it's all like auto voiced, and then the rest of them are like it's either that or like Eminem X Rick collabs. So a guy will make like songs that are. This is Rick and Eminem collabing on an awesome rap song I wrote.
It's not like Rick joining in on Eminem's songs.
Can we hear a
No.
snippet of one of the best songs here?
Yeah, we can play that on the. I'll pull one up and then I'll just play the audio.
I
on
hate
the-
that so much. Like it's something about it makes me want to crawl into a hole.
Let's see.
What does? What do you mean?
What's wrong with Eminem?
Just Eminem, Rick stuff.
What?
I already
what,
don't like Eminem.
What do you have a problem with? It's,
And I'm-
Jackson's more of a
yeah, this guy's
skid
called
artist
Faber
guy.
Soul, by the
Starting
way.
to hate Justin Roiland.
Let's see. Is this one?
Why?
good?
What's he doing?
And I sweat till I start losing weight, till I see dumb shit start happening. Dumb and vanilla ice trying to rap again.
Okay, actually.
I've been to Mushroom Mountain, once or twice, but who's counting? But nothing. I take a couple.
Flying around with Rick, I swear.
See Eminem
Yeah,
there,
they're flying.
and Heisenberg.
Yeah,
Is this
Walter
just
White.
an Eminem song?
Doesn't sound like one I've ever heard, but maybe.
But I'm thinking about just trying to think of the quickest and sickest way to make them pick it up. Pick a day to be quick, then I'm picking it. In the habit of grabbing a mic and babbling,
I thought Rick would be on the track.
He is flying around with him.
He's just flying around with them.
Why did they end it so quickly?
Probably so they don't get fucking content ID'd.
Yeah.
All right, that's enough of that.
Okay, yeah. Clearly, I thought there was more Rick featured.
I thought it
There
would
would
be
be.
like parody songs where a guy's doing an Eminem impression and the guy's doing a Rick impression and they're making music together.
Damn it! Attack his life points directly. You have activated my trap card. What? It summons a joint and attaches to your monster. Your monster is now too high to attack me.
That's pretty cool.
I like that.
Monster's now too high to attack me.
Damn you.
I like that a lot.
All of Rick's attacks are weed based.
Very
Which,
cool. Makes a lot of sense. He smokes so much weed.
So much weed in that
Yeah,
show.
that's his big thing. He's
that's
a
his
weed
main
guy.
character trait is weed. He loves weed.
He loves the ganja.
No, I mean, I just kind of hate Justin Roiland because of that new High on Life game he made.
Well, I've
They
seen
used-
like clips of that.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the game looks like shit in general, but he used like AI art to like fill in like background shit.
Oh, I don't give a shit.
Isn't that
I get
what
fucked,
people-
'cause it's like, don't fucking do that, man. It's fucking tacky as shit.
No, but isn't that like what people were initially saying that it would be the use of that, like replacing a lot of that art that people
yeah,
don't really
you don't
give a shit
need to
about?
do that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
but
You could pay somebody to do that.
Children's
Or you-
illustrators.
Or you could
up and
not.
around.
or you could not and just fill it in. And
Yeah, and I think it's shitty to just not do that, you know?
I just think that all the people who are like only background artists who do like the lowest common denominator background things, it's like, yeah, maybe.
Literally could have paid somebody at a studio to make it instead of using AI art.
Yeah, but that other person, if they have
What?
that job, could be doing something else for the game.
Oh,
so you're
making
saving time.
another snot bubble on the
just like
snot
a-
monster.
The point
You're
of
like an
making games
illustrator
isn't to
Jacobin.
give people jobs.
Yeah, it's not like a philanthropic adventure.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's shitty the way he used it.
Well, he used it in a way that's like
And
pretty.
the,
Save
the
money,
way, okay,
man.
the way he talked about it as well was very shitty.
How'd he talk about it?
Just like that is like what the future is for like art creation and shit like that. I don't know. I just think
I don't think it's the future.
leaves a
art,
bad
but I think
taste.
it is.
I think it's in bad taste.
Does it look okay?
I guess.
Yeah, then
Yeah,
don't
then
give a
it's
shit.
fine.
I mean, it's the
Well,
same
you don't
thing
give
as
a
like
shit.
hand-drawn
'Cause you don't make
illustrators
art.
from old movies.
yeah.
Like those people
don't do art.
completely lost out in the 90s, 2000s when they started digital animation.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but to hate digital animation for that is
Right.
Yeah.
Digital animation is still a person making it, and that's the bigger difference.
Yeah, but it requires a lot less people.
Well, because it's
There's
also
still people working on.
to me, it more like it also
no, there's
looks
not.
like,
There's not an artist working on.
I know
the,
there's not an artist,
The
but-
AI art thing.
Well,
There's
It's a guy who programmed
Yes.
it to steal.
I mean, everything is getting to the point that it can be pulled off with like less people. Not everything, but in general, that's just how stuff trends.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
the
of
big
course.
thing is that like it just sucks that like like people who want to make art have to struggle to make a living,
I think-
right?
Yeah.
and to
You-
blame AI art for that is kind of like putting the
yeah,
Well,
pointing the finger at the wrong thing.
well, because it's also something where it's basically telling people not to use tools. It's like those people. I remember I've heard stories that like audio engineers, when like Pro Tools came out, there was a bunch of them that used like old like reels of tape, and they would like use that to do all their audio engineering, and all of them just kind of somebody described
if
it
you're
as
not
like
willing to learn something new, that's one thing. If you're getting replaced by something that isn't human, that's
Well,
a whole
Like,
different.
are you
whatever got-
upset about like
No, I'm
automation
saying-
replacing other
No.
more menial
Okay,
jobs?
Yeah.
let me go into that here, okay? Because that's obviously something that deserves to be automated. Art, I don't think, is something that needs to be automated in any way.
But in this case, where that wasn't the focus, and it just helped to make the game faster and cheaper, like it was useful for them in this case.
Yeah.
It was a good thing.
Useful. I don't think it's good. I think it's still bad.
what
that
about
they
so what
used
about
it
like
in
corporate
that way?
what about like corporate art? What about like Facebook having those like
Should pay
deformed
somebody
people?
to make that.
Well, no, but it's like nobody's like making anything of like value there.
No, you should still
Like
pay.
people are still making actual art.
Yeah.
That's
Yes,
not getting
people are still
replaced.
making actual art, but if AI art becomes more mainstream, less people will get paid to make actual art.
Yes, but
We had this argument where you said you'd watch like whatever greatest movie of all time
Yeah.
because AI made
because
it.
it would be not because AI made it, because in the hypothetical it was the greatest movie.
Oh,
of
yeah,
all
yeah,
time.
the
So,
hypothetical,
Liam,
yeah,
were-
sure.
were you here for
just
this?
a much broader idea.
Liam, were you here for
Jackson,
the
you have
argument?
no coherency here. Your argument
also
is
like
nonsense.
Have you-
invaluable throwaway stuff, like nice shoes. People would go to cobblers.
I think it's
have nice
it's bad
leather and
to
cheap
use
shoes.
AI art because I think if you make it normalized, people will eventually want to not have
I think
human
it's
art.
I think it's too bad, maybe, but it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's not like
you could say it's gonna happen. It's a bad thing.
I don't think it's. I honestly don't even.
Do you think it's like fine that art will stop being made by humans?
I think it's
Well, like,
ridiculous
okay.
to
Fine.
assume that art will stop
I think it
being
would-
made
Yeah,
by humans.
I think
That's
that,
nonsense.
and also I think like the true art in those games, like people aren't going there because they're like, I really want to see some like expertly done background.
like
They're
we're
going
talking
there-
about this in the context of like a game that was made by humans, and one aspect was like
Yeah.
made easier with AI.
And I
it's
actually-
still a piece of work that like you could call art made by humans
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
a vision.
Truly
Well, no,
valuable art is
That
valuable
part of it
because of
doesn't
the
it was
art
a
any
artist.
of it.
it was a
That's what I-
tool used
Oh, no,
to
no,
make
no.
a piece of art.
No, I totally agree because like that's the thing with like that game is people were coming to that for Justin Roiland's vision of like that game. So if he's using that AI to develop things, like they're coming to it for like the voice of
Technological
the creator.
breakthroughs
Well, yeah,
that
again-
make shit easier always make less people necessary. Like
Yeah.
it's just what happens. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, it's the idea that like an
In
artist.
fact, AI art for using like backgrounds, it means people now can more easily make games on their own.
Yeah, because they're making like they're able to like use the part of the art that's like actually interesting, which is
It's
adding
another
their
tool for
voice
people to use.
to like a game.
But most of the time, that shit isn't like me using AI art. AI art is not using like it's not generating art out of nowhere. You know that, right?
Yeah,
It's
that
taking.
part I agree with.
Yeah.
that I think is a
Yeah.
fair criticism against AI art.
Yes, it's stealing reference images. and
I've seen
stuff
some
from
stuff that's like
real artists.
pretty like
basically the same.
same to same.
Well,
I agree
especially
with
because-
that. I agree
Yeah.
with that against AI art.
Okay, so I heard Kojima was talking about how recently he wanted to use a band in some of his games that is all the members are dead now, but he'd still like to have their music. So he's talking about like synthesizing some kind of like AI that would be able to replicate music
badass.
like theirs and use it in that way. But the way he described it is like somebody would make the bass line for that music in real life, and then they would have an AI like transpose that and make it like more dynamic in game, so it'd flow with the like combat or like not like out of combat shit, so it'd like change dynamically.
Yeah, but that's still like.
And then like I said, you'd have like somebody at a base level make the music, and then have an AI work within that space to do that. And I think that's fine if you have that baseline there. But if you don't have like a baseline of somebody making art for that,
But like if somebody's like,
I mean, even the stuff that like makes stuff that's taken from copyright images, the only issue I have with that is like profiting off of it, because at that point it's like
Sure.
theft that you can't really easily point to who exactly they're stealing from, so you get away with it.
yeah,
Mhm.
and I think
But like just it existing, I have no problem with.
eventually it's going to be something where like Adobe is going to come out with something that's like we like have our own like group of images that we own outright, and we trained AI on that.
yeah.
So it's like there's no stealing from that.
I thought they might. I thought I heard something about like their AI art thing where they either like stepped away from it or were like reconsidering their approach to it, something like that.
I'm sure, because like Adobe, that's something where that's definitely going to be something that they jump on, because that's such.
I mean,
a
they're the
problem.
motherfuckers who care about like copyright and shit a lot more than a lot of other people do.
And so, well, they have to, because they're so.
I mean,
big.
yeah, they
Whereas
literally have
like
to.
those like any like novel AI or whatever is just like so like hit the ground running that it's like, yeah, sue us, whatever. We'll like make our bag and
Yeah,
then
the
leave.
legality of it is still up in the air.
What was that experiment they did? I remember it was like
Stanford
bring a
prison
bunch
experiment.
of Snapchat stories some years ago. It was like a pop star, but she wasn't real.
Oh yeah,
And it was like, so what I was talking about is art is valuable because of the artist still, like any visual art or musical art is like the only sells because of the person, you know?
Yeah.
Like they tried to
you
do
literally
that.
have to have somebody make it.
They
Yeah, well,
had
people
that-
are interested in the person, you know?
They had that
Everyone's
fake
like,
rapper, and they got in trouble because like
Yeah, that shit.
the like the
Like,
all
can you
the
say the
people
N-word?
working on it were like white people, but then like it was supposed they were claiming it was a fake voice, or they at first they claimed like it was all the rapping was like AI generated, right? But then it became more and more clear that they were lying about it, and that was like a bunch of white people making like some other guy rap the N-word, and then they're putting out like Instagram posts of him like going to jail and being like, fuck the police.
yeah. There's a bunch of shit. One of the ones was like hands up, don't shoot.
Yeah.
It was like a white person had to like sit there and like
Animate
put
this.
like the animation rig like up with its hands and be like, damn, that's powerful.
That shit was so cool,
we
dude.
should definitely make this, guys. It's a good thing to put out.
It's
if
been
we
made.
were AI generated, could we say the N-word on the Brown Bricks podcast?
It was just a
If we
bunch,
were
a
AI
bunch of
generated,
white
what?
people wanted to say the N-word so bad in a rap song that they made a black person.
Invented a black.
Wouldn't
He
it-
won't really be black. Well, only we'll know.
Only we'll know that we're saying the N-word.
It's me. I get to say it.
Well, no, they had an actual black guy rap the lyrics, and I think it like people.
I was telling him to say it.
Yeah, exactly.
He's in his
Told
head-
him. Say it.
Told him.
Yeah,
to say
he's
it.
in his headphones and he's
So it's
like,
me, I'm
and
saying
your
it.
next line is, and then it's just like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, no, you're gonna say
Yeah,
that.
no, you say it.
You're gonna say that for the voice.
Hey, say this again.
Say this word
You gotta
again.
get that
No.
really nailed down.
No, you really want to say it like, yeah, like a little bit more visceral, like this. That'd be awesome.
Well, I would respect it more if the art was of the songs were actually AI songs and they just had the N-word included in them still.
Yeah.
Can Miku say the N-word
No.
legally?
She shouldn't.
Probably.
She could
probably
say it
could.
legally. Yeah.
Are there any black Vocaloids?
I'm sure there's.
Probably a lot of them now.
I'm sure there's a really racist picture of Miku. who
Well,
looks
no, I'm
black.
just saying in general. There's like what, hundreds of Vocaloids.
I
now?
really aggressively don't want to see Japan's take on a black Vocaloid.
I'm just saying it's
That's-
like, you know what Vocaloids are.
no,
They're not just the characters.
no, I know, but like if like the company that makes like Sega made like a Miku that was
Maybe,
like
Louis Armstrong Vocaloid.
Yeah. Yeah.
they'd make it voiced by the
They
guy
do that.
who does the
I mean,
blackface Louis Armstrong.
Vocaloids are kind of like the original AI music, you know?
yeah, but
Except it's human made.
Yeah, I mean, eventually it's just going to be, they're going to make like songs through that Vocaloid that's going to be completely AI generated. Because songs are, like, especially like pop songs, you could definitely run those through like an AI program that could like generate songs, especially. But that'd be cool. And anyways, literally this podcast has been completely AI generated.
Yeah,
I'm trying to find
realize.
black Vocaloids, but it's mostly just like
Just black
pretty
Miku.
pretty tan anime
Yeah,
people.
that's all anime black people where it's like Yoruichi, who's the cat
Yeah.
girl in Bleach?
Best case scenario, that's what they are. Worst case scenario,
Worst case scenario, it's like, this is what black guys look like, right? It's like, no.
no, don't draw that.
Don't draw that one.
Why are their lips like that?
The reference is always just like for some reason, the only reference that Japan like seems to have
the
for a lot of
racist-
those is like minstrel shows.
Yeah, the racist characters.
like that broke through. Like they were never. They're like, whatever. LeBron James, we haven't really seen a lot about him. And then like a couple of people, like Japan. There's like a minstrel show cafe. Have you ever seen that?
No.
There's like a cafe
what?
that's like everyone
In
dresses
Japan?
up. And it's like there's this like I remember watching like a video where the anime man went in. He's like, I went to the most racist cafe in the world, and he kept like running like diversion for them where it's like they don't really know. And it's like
They should now.
Yeah, it's
Good.
like after what point can you really feign
How many
ignorance?
years into the 21st century can we get before you're like, no?
They don't know, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like saying they don't know, so it's awesome.
Don't want to pop this.
Yeah,
little
what would they
bubble.
do in that cafe if like a real black person walked in?
Yeah.
Guy!
Okay, but if you were like a black person who walked in, like at a certain point, it would just be like fucking surreal. It would be like, is this hell?
Where
Like,
am I wandered
what the
into?
fuck? Because it would be like a blast from the past.
Liam's been throwing Whoppers at me all week.
He's been
Sorry to
eating them.
distract.
That's quite a
Been
whopper.
fattening him up for Christmas. We're gonna cook him like a Christmas ham with an
We're gonna
apple in his
fuck him
mouth.
first?
He's gonna put a small guy and then an even smaller guy in me like I'm a turducken.
Yeah, an elf.
That would be the human centipede, but they stuff the people up the other people's butts.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow.
It'd be like that movie, but a different idea.
It'd be like
It's
that movie, but
completely different thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
well,
I've been
that's
throwing
a-
Whoppers at him, and he's just been like, "Stop!" and then eating all of them.
yeah, and
It's like I fucking hate Whoppers.
and then
he
you
eats
put
all
an
of them.
apple there, and you're like, no, don't eat that. And he just puts it. I remember because anytime Phineas isn't talking, he just has an apple resting
in his mouth. Yeah,
because he has an oral fixation.
I
Yeah.
don't have an oral fixation. I just like to vape.
Well,
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
happy spooky days.
Happy Merry Christmas.
Spooky
Oh wait, is that Santa? Is he coming down?
Hello,
What is he-
everybody.
what is he- wait,
Get out of here! It's not Christmas. Oh, wait,
Oh,
no,
God.
it
This
is
is Christmas. It is
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas,
Wait, what's in that?
everybody.
Wait, Phineas, do you have a present right now? What
Yeah,
do
you
you?
got a
What's in
present?
the? What's in that? He just gave you a present.
Yeah,
Let me
oh,
open.
Here's your
Let me
gift,
open up
little
the
boy.
podcast.
That is a big brown ball on it for you.
Oh yeah,
Brown
it is.
ball
Bow.
bow.
Yeah.
Just unwrap the
Oh
bow.
look! Wait,
Okay.
Santa. What? Can you give us a gift? Can you give Phineas a gift?
Yeah, I just did.
The big, it's
Just
a big
did that.
brown bow.
What's in the gift?
It's a big brown bow.
No, it's a big
no,
brown
on
That's
bow.
the gift.
On the gift.
On the
Unwrap
gift.
it.
Oh, I thought you gave me a bow and arrow.
You're not very good at this.
No. Opening gifts.
Here's
Yeah.
Jackson. Here's a gift for you too.
Oh, yeah, thank you,
Oh, really?
Santa.
Open it up.
Oh yeah, open it up.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, it's a wet gift.
That is, yeah, you really
I'm
soaked that.
slowly
gift.
unwrapping
It
it.
is a pot roast.
Oh,
Oh, that's why it's so wet.
I got you a wet pot. I left it in gravy.
oh, thank
It'll be
you.
very good
Oh,
tomorrow.
I love that.
Is under that
How long's
a,
it?
a phone that's subscribed to the Brown Bricks podcast?
Yeah.
Oh look!
Is that-
Oh, I bet they can email the podcast on
Oh,
that. too.
oh my god, okay, I'm taking off my big brown bow. I realized just now that isn't what you were giving me. That's what's keeping it wrapped up.
Good job. Man.
Oh my god. It's Epstein's Black Book.
Oh, look at that.
Vikram, is
Santa
your name in
Vikram,
there?
where'd you get this?
I have no idea. I have no fucking
You don't
idea.
know?
Vikram was the guard.
Are you scared?
I'm not supposed to give that. That is not for the.
Please give
Fuck.
that back.
Why did you
Oh,
wrap that
fuck.
up?
Okay, everybody.
It makes a lot of sense that
Okay.
Vikram's so
Put that
scared
back
now.
in the
All
box.
Because he knows too
I'm
much.
not
That's
giving this
scary.
shit back.
That's the scariest gift of
I
Christmas.
guess we'll never know
who's
what's
the
in
first. Who's the first name that's on that list?
Wait, what's Jack's gift though?
There's a big long gift for you.
Oh, shh. Oh, I'm unwrapping.
Oh, it's electronic.
Oh, it's electronic. Ooh, it's a. What is this?
It is a little tiny robot lady, but she has normal sized pussy.
Oh, that's good.
That is an
Oh.
aggressively large pussy for her size.
She's old too. Look,
Will
wrinkles.
I kill her if I stick my dick in her?
Maybe.
Affirmative.
Maybe,
Oh, she responded.
Maybe she baby Joe.
Why does she sound
Maybe
like
she-
me but talking like a robot?
Scary.
All right.
It really is.
Well,
Well, Merry Christmas.
Merry
We're gonna read
Christmas,
this black
everybody.
book, and if we're dead by next week, then
you'll
you know why.
You'll know what's are we gonna be able to make it for New Year's?
Probably. I mean, like after Christmas. I
All
don't know
right,
what you
fair
guys
enough.
are doing.
All right.
Yeah, we'll
Well,
see.
See you then.
All right,
Fuckos.
bye.